Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I've got a very different type of video I want to share with you. Actually, this is a video that I've been wanting to make for quite some time and I finally feel ready. I've pulled my thoughts together, I've pulled some research together, and I'm hoping that it will be helpful and resonate with many of you and perhaps even be inspirational for those of you who are looking to make some positive changes in your shopping habits in this new year in 2024. I know that some of you are looking to do a no buy or low buy challenge for yourself in 2024, where you are deliberately reducing your spending on discretionary items. And that could be for a variety of different reasons. I did a no buy challenge many years ago, well before I started my YouTube channel, where I said to myself, I'm not going to buy any new clothes or shoes this year. It must have been like the year 2015 or maybe 2016. And as much as that sounds like such a restrictive burden to put on yourself, and others thought that I was unnecessarily torturing myself, I personally found it to be really satisfying and also very gratifying at the end of the year to look back and see that I had resisted so many temptations and I had saved myself so much money, time, energy, and headaches of bringing all this new stuff into my life. So at the time, my primary reason or motivation for doing a no buy challenge was because I wanted to clear out some physical space. We were living in a smaller apartment. I was a young mom with two little ones and we were sort of bursting at the seams, and I felt that my wardrobe was getting out of hand. I had a mix of old clothes for work, new mom clothes, a lot of the clothes I wasn't wearing, some new clothes that I had bought out of sheer impulse or boredom and they still had their tags attached, and it wasn't doing well for my peace of mind. When I looked at my wardrobe, I felt chaos, I felt overwhelmed. So that whole year I decluttered, I curated, and I stopped adding anything new until the following year when I knew exactly what I was missing from my wardrobe, and I can be very, very conscious and deliberate about adding new pieces. And that has helped shape the way I shop ever since. So for those of you who are challenging yourself to do a no buy or a low buy this year, more power to you. I hope this video will be encouraging. I hope that a lot of the new videos that I put out this year will also help you along the way. So in this video, I felt that the only way I can be really authentic and credible is to share my own personal spending habits, and that is illustrated in this very simple bar graph that I created for you guys. So I track everything. I track my spending, my saving, my investing, my giving. I track a lot of things because I feel like what you track, you can measure, and what you can measure, you can affect, change, or improve. And at the end of the day, it's about progress, right? It's not about perfection. None of us are perfect. We're never going to get it 100% right. But as long as we are heading in the right direction, we can feel good about it. So let me explain to you this breakdown of how I've been doing over the past few years. This snapshot starts in 2021, and that is intentional because 2021 was my peak spending year for discretionary shopping. I'm talking about non-essentials, luxuries, extras, like the extra pair of jeans I didn't need, the books I couldn't wait for at the library, so I bought them at the shop, accessories, jewelry, you name it. Not living expenses that are essential, but all the extra stuff on top that we know we want but don't need. I folded this page here on the left because I don't think it's relevant to see the actual dollar amounts that I spent, because we all have different situations, different income levels, different spending levels, but I think it's important to see the pattern and the trajectory. No matter where you are, again, what we're looking for is progress. So 2021 was a peak spending year for me. I bet this is the most I've ever spent in my life on non-essentials. So that's my baseline that I wanted to just be very open and honest with you guys about. In the previous years, I had been telling myself that I worked so hard and I really deserve to treat myself. And there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but I think the pendulum swung a little too hard, and that's why I went overboard here. Then I started to be a little bit more aware of what had happened with me. And so in 2022, I started to decline a little bit in my spending. So I did the math actually, and 2022 spending for me was about 87% of 2021. So I went down just a little bit, which you can see I'm starting to make some headway. But then I started being even more conscious, and I started making videos talking about how I feel that I have plenty and I'm really moving more towards an abundance mindset, whereas in the past I had a scarcity mindset and I always felt like something was missing. Now I feel like I'm really embracing all the things that I already have in my life and to really appreciate what I already have. So once I started embracing the abundance mindset, that was huge. So you can see a very big drop here. So it's about a 50% drop from the prior year. Now in 2024, obviously we are at the start of this new year, so I don't know what's going to happen, but I've plugged in a number that I think is pretty reasonable for me, and I'm hoping that my spending starts to plateau from here. We all know that actually essential goods are going up in terms of price because of inflation, so food, living costs, etc. So the one thing that we can control is actually the unnecessary frivolous shopping that we do just because we feel like it, whether it's because it's a hobby of ours, we're bored, it excites us, whatever the reason, we know deep down that it's not necessary. And if we wanted to cut it, we can cut it, right? It's not like food or shelter. So I'm hoping that it starts to plateau here. Now, this is a number I gave myself because I feel that I've already acquired so much in the previous years, and maybe you have too. And if you're already so abundant and you can enjoy and use what you already have, then logically speaking, you don't actually need to accumulate more and more in the future years because you already have so much from previous years. But let me give you an example here. You guys know I do my nails at home. I enjoy giving myself manicures. It's a fun activity for me. And I said to myself, and also in a video a while back, that I was not going to buy any more nail polishes because I have almost 30. I think it's like 28 nail polishes. And I said, I'm only going to replace a color if I've used it all up and I still want that color and it's missing, but I'm not going to add any more. So I'm happy to report that in 2023, I did not buy a single nail polish. And I might have been gifted one or two, but I did not buy any for myself. And I will continue that in this new year because, as you can see, I already have plenty and more is not always better. So I'm going to appreciate what I have, use up what I can, and then we'll see what happens down the road once I start emptying these bottles. I've also been talking a lot about admiring from afar. I've said this for the last couple of years, and some of you have said, wow, I can't do that. You must have a lot of willpower to be able to do that. But actually, I don't have that much willpower. What I do is I ask myself, do I have something like this at home already? And I try to think of the items that are as similar as possible. And then I think, would I trade out what I have at home for this new item? Meaning, would I let go of, donate, or sell the item I have at home to swap it out for this new one? And oftentimes the answer is no, because I don't like this new thing as much as what I already have. Or it's about the same, so it doesn't make sense to go through the hassle of letting one go to get a new one that's so similar. So I ask myself a series of questions that really challenge what I'm feeling in the moment. If I get home and I'm still thinking about that new item and I can't get over it, what I'll do is I'll start pulling out similar items from my closet and I'll start playing with them. You know, my handbags, my jewelry, whatever. And I'll go, you know what? I love these items. I enjoy these. These are great for me. I don't need anything new. And it helps me to sort of forget the novelty of the new item that I just left behind in the store. The last thing I want to share with you is a new quote unquote rule that I have implemented for myself, and I'm calling it the 30-30 rule. So what it is for anything that is an unplanned purchase, if it's over $30, I must wait 30 days before I decide to buy it. So this has happened repeatedly in the month of January. And there were 7 items, I couldn't believe how many, 7 items that genuinely tempted me that I forced myself to wait, and I no longer have the urge to buy those. And those actually added up, including sales tax, is about $1,800 saved just for the month of January. And I've got 11 more months to go, and I'm hoping that this 30-30 rule that I've created for myself will help me to make more conscious decisions that at the end of the day, I'll be proud of. If you are looking to save more money, reduce your spending, save for your future, perhaps have more money for travel or other experiences, or you're trying to pay off your debt, whatever the case, maybe you're getting married and you have a wedding that you're planning, or you're about to have a baby and you want to save up for those expenses. There are so many reasons that can motivate you to do a no buy or low buy. And you don't have to put a name to it. You just have to know where you're starting. You need to have a level of self-awareness and where you want to make your changes. So you're going to track your progress. And as much as it sounds like it's boring to track, it's not, and it's actually very easy, especially if you use your credit card. I use my credit card for nearly everything, pay off the debts every month, but it's really easy to track your spending because a lot of credit cards will give you a breakdown of how much you're spending in each category, and there you go. Or every time you buy something, you just jot it down in your phone. I usually put it in my notes app on my iPhone. I don't do anything fancy, and then at the end of the year, I go back and sort of do like an audit and plug it all into an Excel spreadsheet, and it doesn't take that long. Trust me, it doesn't. The bar graph took me about 5 minutes to make. So if you are motivated to do this, I hope that this video has been encouraging. If you have any questions at all, leave them down below. I'll try my best to get to them. If you have any recommendations or suggestions that might be helpful to me or to anyone else watching this video, that would be great as well for you to add. And if you want more content like this, please let me know. I am very much in the mindset of sharing more of what I'm going through personally and what has been working for me. I feel like the more I simplify my life and the more I appreciate what I already have, I'm feeling a lot lighter and more joyful and less stressed. And it's actually improving my life in so many ways. And you wouldn't think that it would make that big of a difference just shopping or shopping less, but it really is making an impact. So if you'd like to see any specific topics around this, I'm happy to share, but I also have a whole lineup of content that I'm planning to share in 2024, so I hope you'll stick around. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.